Okay, I started this project of converting an old G-Tech A30M dual color printer into a laser cutter engraver. And it's been about 2 weeks since I actually did any work on it, since I went to Supernova last week. And I've come to a point where I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah. I thought I should probably try and see if I can get it working under with G-code. Get it working with G-code. Be able to print something would be pretty good, because I know I can use this control to just do the movement. So mechanically it's okay. Where I'm going to come unstuck is getting the code to work properly. So I created a really simple square in a drawing program and converted it to G-code, copied it onto the micro SD card, put it in the machine, and here we go. Oh, let's print to G-code. And of course it didn't work straight up. It had problems with the G-code is talking to hardware that's no longer attached to this machine. So I went through with Notepad and basically commented out anything that I thought would access other stuff, like the fans and the extruders. I thought I managed to comment them all out, but yeah, anyway, here's the end result. So just to my empty box, which should just draw a rectangle. So I go print, and as you can see, it does its homing thing, which is great. That's exactly what it's meant to do. Yep, cool. And then I look over here, and that's where we sit. Eventually, it'll get an error saying the extruder's too cold. Yeah, waiting. It's not going to do it now. I seem to get a different result every time I try this. Oh, I know what's different. I had also plugged in a cable from here to here. So the sensors on here read on here. At the moment they're reading nothing. I don't know if you can even tell with this camera view. So I'll plug the cable back in and we'll try again. Okay, I've plugged the cable in both ends now. And if we turn the power on, wait for the software load. Yep, cool. And if I go print the empty box, and I go print. Not the greatest touchpad. Yep, it does its homing sequence. I just have to trick the Z-axis one here. We get this error, which I don't know if the camera will pick up the details of that, but it basically says the hot end is too cold to change filament. Please check. So you go, okay, and that's where it sits. It never goes beyond that, because obviously it's expecting certain data off that board, which it just never gets. And I don't know how to override it. I don't know how to trick it into not even looking for that data. I thought I commented out everything in the G codes which would negate that. So ultimately, I don't think that I'm going to be able to use this board, short of reprogramming it, which I don't have the skills to do. So yeah, I'm at a bit of a standstill on this project. So yeah. So I put this project aside for a day, and I was thinking to myself, I thought I had a different controller board, one that was attached to an AliExpress CNC router, which also never worked. I got it really cheap, couldn't get it working, and decided that actually CNC routing wasn't for me anyway. I definitely wanted the laser cutter. So what I did was I went to an area out the back. It's underneath the patio, actually, which I had made into a little workshop, but hadn't used in nearly 12 months. There was cobwebs everywhere or whatever. So what you're watching is a little bit of a time lapse of me cleaning it up. And I actually came across the board. And here's the board. Some people may actually recognise these boards. They're out of a 3018 AliExpress CNC router. So the good news is it appears that the plugs here for the stepper motors is in fact plug compatible with this board. I can just plug them straight in there. No sensors, of course, so no limit switches. And from memory, when trying to use the other one, the CNC router, it would just drive the motor the full way back, make a horrible noise, short stripping gearboxes and doing horrible things. But and I don't really know a way around that unless we look at another board. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get this board working, which of course has to be controlled directly via the micro USB port. There's no SD card, so I can't download G files to that. I have to print direct. Also searching down there, I found the little controller. I use that term very loosely. That plugs into onto the board on that in there, and it gave you very rudimentary up and down controls. X axis homing. I think that was the Z axis. Don't quote me on that. It's been a number of years since I've used it, and this wasn't even connected, so I can't even remember if this actually worked very well. Oh, I just noticed there's also an SD card there. Maybe I could download G code via that, which would make sense. Yeah, okay. But I think this is going to be enough for this video. We'll have some experimenting during the week and see if we can get something working. Failing that, if anybody is watching that has done this project before or something similar, and they have ideas on what to use to control it and make one of these working, I'd be interested to hear. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next week.